Let's get to the riots. By the way, I hope.
The fake riots?
Okay. Let's step into it.
These riots. Okay, there are people
okay,
there.
It's 10 o'clock.
No,
I
you're
have to
fine.
let you go.
You're fine.
I promise I will let you go at 10 a.m.
No, you're fine. My only opinion is there are people there, and there are people that absolutely this is their issue, this is their cause. They feel strongly about it. They're willing to put their bodies on the line, et cetera, et cetera. That I commend them. It's not my cause. I don't feel strongly about it, but I don't ever criticize people's way of protesting or their right and whatnot and what have you. So
I criticize their way.
Well, here's the thing. This stuff has been so sensationalized and taken out of pocket. I have sent people to various locations. We have looked at the footage on the ground. These are not large. They're like a couple hundred people in these pockets, maybe 1,000 or two. These are not large. This is not BLM. There was no need to send in the National Guard. There was no need to send in the Marines, the LAPD. And I've been saying this on every chance I get. The LAPD has a larger budget than the military of Hungary. If they can't handle under 5,000 protesters in different pockets across the city, there is a serious issue.
Agreed.
And we know that they can. So what are they really trying to do here? They want it to spread. They want it to get bigger. And I know you don't spend a lot of time online. I'm terminally online for you. They're all of the Con Inc., all of the right-wing grifters. What are they saying? We could use Palantir to clean this up. Let's use Palantir to find these people. This comes on the heels of J.D. Vance meeting with podcasters and Laura Loomer in the White House, where they talked about Palantir and getting people to agree to Palantir. So that's what these are. They're sensationalized. They're over exaggerated. So they could say, we can't get these people under control. We need help. We need advanced technological help. And here comes Palantir saving the day. Just like they said, we are responsible for crushing the far right in Europe. They'll crush the far left in the United States too. So that's all this is. This is an advertisement for privatized security and surveillance. Period.
I think it's worse than that.
Oh, I'm sure. Of course it is. That's not even the worst of it. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, the notion that a few protesters on the streets and Trump is like, we must send in Marines, trained killers to deal with a few protesters is outrageous. There, as you pointed out, there are more people at BLM protests that were burning down police stations, not just setting cars on fire, than what is taking place here.
Yeah, it's very
Trump is like, we must send Marines to California. Really? We got to send Marines, the most lethal trained killers in the world. We got to send those guys to deal with Americans who are protesting in California.
Leftists that you've told me for years have blue hair and are gay and then they're weak and you need the Marines for them. You told me that they were weak. And that's what I keep saying to MAGA. They hate it so much. I'm like, how come the left outflanks you when it comes to protests? You guys got to pull out the National Guard and the Marines. And this isn't even that long of a protest. It's supposed to get crazy on Saturday. Who the hell? That's also something. So I think they want a lot of build up to Saturday so they can explode. Not the left. I'm talking about the regime. We'll call them the regime. But I think that they want a lot of tensions to build up, and they're really pushing for some sort of big confrontation or altercation on Saturday.
I think Trump wants a confrontation.
Yes.
And I think the left wants a confrontation also.
That's possible. I'm not in touch with the leftist circles. I don't talk with. They're like the gutter left. I don't really talk to the protest left. I do like the left, but I don't talk. I'm not in those. I'm not running those networks. The Seattle left. I love them. They do their jobs, but those aren't my circles. The gutter punks and stuff.
Gutter left.
But the dirtbag left, they used to be called. I think you're right. I think there's enough tension and enough fodder on each side that each side wants a fight, but I think that Trump wants it for different reasons. His is going to be so I can look like the law and order president, so I can say, people are working against me. This is my birthday. This is my military parade. It's my party, And so I think there's a lot of theatrics in it. This is a very theatrical administration. And so I think there's a lot of theatrics involved in it.
It's like each side has something they want out of it, which just sucks. Right?
Well, even like the other night, they're like, it's spreading. And I was like, well, I'd probably go to Chicago because there's a large Hispanic
Chicago,
and Arab.
New York,
Right, but then I went to go look at the videos and it was like 250 people. I was like,
but yeah, it's supposed to expand. I have to be honest, I'm always skeptical of stuff like this because it's like, who's paying for it? We're about to go to a war with Iran, and we have people who are protesting immigration. And I'm not saying immigration is not a bad thing, but the war with Iran is catastrophic. And you can't get anybody off the couch. Like, not even Matt cares, right? It just blows my mind. I do think that there is a kernel that started it. I mean, the goon squads that Trump was sending to these places was so over the top that I don't doubt that you're going to get people in the streets. I'm always curious about accelerants that are added to the protests to make these things worse and inflame them more so. Trump sitting in the Marines is going to make it worse, not better.
oh yeah.
The heavy-handedness is something that he wants because he wants the standoff. And hell, even if it's just to say we need more policing, we need more military rule. Because that provision apparently that he used in order to send those Marines, which is shocking. I don't think people are getting the gravity of the fact that Trump sent Marines into California, can be done anywhere across the U.S. And so you've effectively put U.S. military on home soil to deal with the population.
Yeah,
and
it's unprecedented, and people don't have the historical knowledge to even know the gravity of it. That's another issue. So we get into these things and we're like, do you understand what this means? And they're like, no.
The military is not a police force.
No, this is not allowed. Yes. That's what somebody said last night. They said, I'm a Marine. We're trained to go in and kill. We're not, not
kill the enemy
with American citizens.
Which is why they're not supposed to be on U.S. soil. Like, it's a big fucking deal. And people are like, MAGA, of course, who would blow Trump in a heartbeat on anything that Donald Trump does.
They want a protester to die.
Yeah.
They're
okay with it.
They would love it.
Okay.
Should have been there. You deserve it. You deserve it. You shouldn't have been there. Don't block traffic, right?
Yep. Until it's them on January 6th.
Oh,
and then Donald Trump.
And Ashley Babbitt, the government has to pay Ashley Babbitt's family $5 million of our tax money or whatever it was. Give me a break. These people
have to pay shit. They should have to pay shit.
Nope.
I'm sorry. You don't like the result of an election, and you are trying to break down the door.
Not even that. You put your body on the line. You're protesting. Yes. That's what a protest is. It's you physically putting your body on the line. I don't know why the right can't wrap their mind around that. If you die, you die. You died for your cause. That's it. This is suing the government because you wanted to go climbing into windows, breaking windows, and climbing into the Capitol. Like that was a revolution or an insurrection or whatever you guys tried to do. You lost. You got. That's the end. You don't get to sue because you did stupid shit, but they sued and you went, or not they didn't sue. They were actually offered, I think. And of course,
Trump is in office and it's effectively saying, hey, that riot that tried to take down the Capitol and hang Mike Pence and potentially capture political leaders, it's okay. Everything is good with that. And so we're going to let you guys out.
Cracking down on it was the mistake. We'll pay you because we hurt you while you were.
That shit is outrageous. Oh, that shit is outrageous. Oh, that is outrageous.
But the Americans too stupid to read the message that it actually sends, which is exactly what you said.
They don't get it. They don't get it. I don't know.
They'll kill you too. They don't care. And then they'll send your family a check if you're lucky. If you're not, they'll just kill you, and that's the end of it. But they're showing you they don't give a shit.
We'll end it on that, Sarah Bils. They'll show you they don't give a shit. Because you're right. They don't. I don't think they do. And maybe that's why we're seeing these protests like this. Because they know the government doesn't give a shit about us, whether it's either political party. And honestly, to me, the ones that I hate the most are the cultists. I don't care what party they're in. I hate the cultists.
I really haven't seen a lot of left cultists lately.
Oh,
Maybe
they're there. The people
I'm
who
sure they're
are
there, but I
sycophants for
haven't.
Joe Biden, sycophants for the Democratic Party, who, oh no, Joe Biden is great. Kamala Harris is fantastic.
I've heard a
Yeah.
lot of the AOC praise. I'm like, I'm not doing this again with you people. I'm
Yep.
not doing this again.
The censorship is fantastic. It's totally okay with the censorship. We need to keep fighting the war in Ukraine. We need to stick it to Putin. Oh, those people are there. Those people are there. They're cultists. They are MSNBC watchers. Anything that comes out of Rachel Maddow's mouth, they're going to repeat it almost like a robot. I'm serious. My doctor used to be an NBC watcher, Democrat. And I wouldn't know exactly what she was going to say. But whatever was floating around in Democratic circles, and it would be like robotic. It's so bizarre. Same thing with MAGA. Anything that Donald Trump does, oh my God, dear leader. And you could see it in those meetings where they're like, Donald Trump is such a great man. He smells fantastic. He's doing everything for America. And then it goes to the next person, and the next person comes up with different adjectives, but it's effectively doing the same thing. And it's like, okay, you people are ridiculous. Those people are terrifying to me. Those people are terrifying.
They're
because
multiplying because it's easier to not think. It's starting to get hard to think, and it's easier.
No, it's not hard to think. It's not hard to not think. I mean,
It's
you have it's called values, and your values aren't reflexive, depending upon the political party. Do you agree with this? Yeah or nay? And when your guy does it, it doesn't make it right. When they do it, it doesn't make it right. And you should be okay. Meaning that's not hard or shouldn't be hard. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of my fucking mind. Sarah, thank you for this. You're always awesome to talk to. I always enjoy these conversations. I think that's the first time.
Don't forget about our bet. We'll see if our bet what happens. And
it feels horrible for me making that bet. I feel horrible even think. I was talking. I forget who I was talking to yesterday, and I was like, God, man, I hope they do attack and Iran knocks that shit out the sky. I hope they destroy their enemies.
I hope so too.
They're fucking bullies. And they keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And it's like bullies should get their nose smashed. That's the only way they learn. That's the only way they leave you alone. And in this case, there are two that are doing this. You are fantastic. Well, by the way, when is your next show for DD Geopolitics? You guys, I've been seeing you guys doing shows.
Sundays at noon, Sundays at 2, Wednesdays at noon. But I think we might move that Wednesday at noon slot. George Galloway, this dude, I don't know how he does it. He streams every day at 12 noon. And I'm like,
he does every day? I didn't think he did every day. Does he?
I think so. And I'm like, I got to move my show. I'm not competing with George. So I'm going to move my Wednesday show, I think, to a little bit later.
He is a juggernaut. He would like 10,000 views
all
every
the time.
live.
I'm like, I can't compete with George Galloway. So I'm going to move my Wednesday show back to 1, I think 1 or 2 o'clock. But we'll see. But you guys just find us on Twitter. We're always around. You can't get
That's why I love my 7 a.m. slot.
Yep. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants
it. The lone man.
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you for this. Sarah Bils, DD Geopolitics. Check her out. She has a fantastic outlet. I always see her on